Hello. This computer didn't boot until 50 seconds before the thing faded out there. That was close, man. It was being a total pain in the butt. Real quick, like here, I'm just installing a CH375 in this computer. So bear with me for a moment while we do this. But hello, everyone. Tire intro to which says you're not live. That's hilarious. So yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it was a hectic morning. It just wouldn't start. So, I mean, it's the same zip drive box from yesterday. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get this installed. Our goal for today, by the way, is to scan this manual. We'll do that. I already have the scanner set up, although I haven't, I have not yet. Oh, they're the machine threads for the retention screws? That's weird. Anyway, I haven't set up the foot pedal stuff yet, so we're gonna have to do that. Sure, this will work. Why not? So, oh, ow, pokey. I hope everybody...
Tier 1. They've subscribed for 46 months. And says yay.
End of line.
Let me just go ahead and mute the server. Lane Z, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 46 months. I appreciate that. Using the 4C? No, using the one that doesn't destroy the binding of glue-bound books. 4C is great. 4C is not the answer for everything. By the way, this thing sucks to install cards in. So we have this like plastic shroud thing. It goes over cables that don't really have a home. By the way, there's the battery, and that's what I was saying. You have to remove the power supply, but in order to remove the power supply, you have to remove the lid. In order to remove the lid, you have to undo all the screws from the bottom, but then the whole front plate comes off, and it's like, it's a whole thing. So yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I can touch the battery. It's right there. I can't get it out. But anyway, all these cables that go up to the power supply make this a total nightmare to install a card here. Right now, I'm just trying to get a feel for the bracket depth because I 3D printed a bracket to go on the CH375. So I'm just trying to see where that should go. Basically, the middle, it looks like. The middle is where it should go. Okay, and I should sand that down. Because it doesn't want to fit right. Okay. Use generic rechargeable batteries and rebuild it? Yes, but I would have to get it out first. Which, as I'm trying to indicate, is not a trivial procedure. Anyway, I hope you guys' days are going well. I had to bam a stupid spam bot on the Discord server right before the stream started, which was part of why it was such a last-minute start. I've also been super busy all morning with fun, good stuff we'll check out in a moment. All right, that's kind of acceptable. All right, I need to sand this down somehow. One moment. Conveniently, I already have this vise up here because I was using it to trim the plastic. Started snowing again. I am aware slightly that snow exists. Wow, this sucks. This is not the answer. Different answer. There's one. And come on, hold on. This isn't still hot over here, is it? Oh my gosh, I've just been leaving these prints roasting on the print bed that never shut off. Well, they'll definitely be, what's that word? It's like curing, but it's not. I don't remember. Are they in here? I'm looking for my C-clamps. Do you guys remember where I put them? Because I don't, apparently. Here's one. You know what? Screw it. We'll use one C-clamp and one vise. 4 billion tons of white nonsense fall from the sky. Okay. So I'm going to put this over here. And then this over here is beautiful, wonderful, awesome. And now I can just do this. Wow, there's almost sand left on the sandpaper too. This is so effective. One of these days I should buy new sandpaper. This wasn't fitting down in the bracket retention thing. Rub it against a brick prison shank style. There we go, now it fits. Okay, and boom. Beautiful. All right. It's almost the correct height, too. And there we go. CH375 installed. Let me put the other original bracket. They had a 16-bit card installed in here at some point. No idea what. Let me just put this bracket back. I should remove that battery that's down there. And that's the end of the story. So, there we are. We can put this back on, which requires flipping this around. I would like to not destroy the screen hinge. There we go. Pop that out, put that up. Get this sandpaper out of the way. Modem or network card? Probably. Yeah, most likely modem. People aren't fancy enough for, or most, yeah, aren't Ethernet would have been weird. I would not expect Ethernet. Sound card? I don't think there's going to be a sound card. It's got a PC speaker. It's already got sound. What more could you want? It's not like it's got a speaker built in for ad-lib. I don't want to connect like external stuff to it. Dude, if it had a way of mixing a sound card into an internal speaker, though, that would be pretty awesome. I guess the cover thing is big enough. You might be able to stick one in there, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not. It has PCMCIA slot? No, it has a floppy drive. All right. Actually, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Not whack it. Be a little more gentle. I've decided this is going to be XT PC at home. So I'm trying to outfit this to be a little nicer for when I leave it there. So that's why the CH375. Okay. Pico Gus, it would be fine, but like it's not strictly needed. Man, the lights just absolutely kill this screen. It's ridiculous. Now we can image HDD. We already did. All right. Hidden turbo mode. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Although, like every other computer, turbo mode is always on. So it turns out, I was reading through the manual, turbo mode is what that light indicates. I thought it was hard drive power. I have no idea how hard drive power is indicated on this thing. If you guys want to see something that's like slightly cool, I mean, I guess it's okay. My gosh, the screen is just brutal. The backlight on this thing, wow. Hold on. There we go. I don't know how it was so legible at home, and then here it's just garbage. What? Why? Well, anyway, check this out.
Loriku says CHER 100. Do we want to see something cool? Unlikely on that screen. End of line.
Oh, yeah? Check this out. I know what thing is. Now it's even easier to read. So, 0 ohms went through the BIOS dump yesterday and determined that there were some strange keyboard controller codes that control some stuff. Dude, it's so hard to see. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's better. And B1 inverts the backlight or the LCD. And BB here uninverts it. These are what? BB uninvert. Or no, B9. I'll get to BB in a second. These are I don't remember exactly what it is. They're like ports or something you can write to in the keyboard controller ROM, and they control that stuff. Now, BB is actually related to the turbo mode. So B4 enables turbo. BB, no, was it B2? Okay, it's been, I literally only found this stuff out like 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry, so I don't remember it all. Was it B1? B1? No, B1's invert. I'm an idiot. BB, I'm pretty sure it was disable, right? So it was BB and B3? There we go. Dude, I swear that's not what I emailed. What? Did it change somehow? That would be weird.
Loriku says CHER 100. You sank my battleship. End of line.
Okay. This is weird. Hold on. I'm going to reboot it. I want to make sure these don't change somehow. We have no idea what the hard drive sleep functions might be. But turbo mode, as far as I'm aware, I had no way of controlling before unless there's some kind of keyboard shortcut.
250 computer code 1. 1.2.B.3.C.destruct. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Both times. I don't think I acknowledged that the first time. And then Sleepy Developer, thank you for the 250 bits. I appreciate that. Okay, let's try this one more time here. I'm just trying to look and see if there's like keyboard addresses. Wait, what is this setup page that you guys can't see? I don't remember seeing anything like that. That's weird. What are the keyboard keyboard shortcuts. I guess we'll just have to wait till we get... Well, there's the ones that LGR saw that are for the display modes. There's got to be one related to turbo mode or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's try this one more time. Stick the drive or disk back in. Switch to A. All right. I'm changing to the folder where we have all the codes. Okay. So, per my email, BB should downclock. LED goes off. B4 should reclock. No, I screwed that up. Okay, I think it's B3. Yeah, B3, not B4, brings the clock speed back up. Yeah, typo. Okay, that's what happened. And it is B1 for screen invert and B9 for uninvert. Okay. Now, the other question is, all right, there is the section of the little page thing that talks about the power sleep utility, but it has 18 possible values, and it's the minutes before the sleep goes active, and I don't know if there's anything here that would take like a value like that. So yeah, each one of these is a COM file that pokes something into something. I'm not 100% sure. What was the installed ISA card? The CH375 USB card. I have the drivers for that here. I was going to copy these to the hard drive. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that really quick, so that we can sneakernet files over later. Well, you know what? I have it on a disk. I can do that at some other point. We should start scanning the manual because it's kind of a lot of pages. And we do want to get this done today. It's 150-ish pages that we need to scan through. That's going to take a while. If we can get this done, we should be able to do that. B0, B8, B9, B2, BA. Interesting. Yeah, that can make sense for pairs. We have 4 hours, yes. Can you make a macro pad for these commands? Maybe mount it under the LCD? Yeah, really. Oh, you know, I guess that explains why it went to the keyboard controller. Because interesting. I hadn't considered that. I don't know if there is a
swarm of dead insects.
A turbo button anyway.
CHER101. Welcome to Lee Carlos Pudding Challenge. You have chosen Power Sleep by your command.
Swarm, thank you for the 101 bits there. All right, yeah, let's get the manual scan going, and then if we get that done in time, we'll go ahead and set up the CH375.
CHER100. I pity the fool who uses this keyboard controller. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. One thing I think I would like to do, since we do have an image of the hard drive, actually, I think I would like to try the N Commander version of the hard disk imaging tool. I didn't look into it at all, but I just want to give that a go. I'm also hoping that it allows you to output the image over serial, because actually, if you could just output the raw data over serial, that would be awesome, because then you wouldn't even need the like zip disk solution for holding the data or whatnot. Anyway, I'd like to try and image it one more time using that method, not for any particular reason. Then I want to wipe the hard drive, and I want to install FreeDOS with FAT32 support. Because then I can just plug in whatever flash drive I want, and I don't have to worry about nothing, because that would be sweet. So I'm kind of going full barbarian, modern hack job on this. Can you add RAM to a 286 through an ISA slot? Because maybe. I don't know that I'll need more than a mega RAM though, so this might be fine as is. But yeah, I think this is the reasonable candidate for making my reasonable at-home machine. So XT IDE BIOS can be loaded from floppy and also mount a driver over serial to drive letter. Yes, okay, good to know. Loaded from floppy and mount driver over. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Oh, the biosleep writes to B2BA. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's go over what our objective is here now. So, I have the manual, which comes in this little booklet holder thing for the laptop. Inside of this, there have been several leaflets added that talk about different things that they've changed about the machine over the years. So we're going to scan these individually first. This sheet says that instead of getting DOS 3.3, we get DOS 5, like cool kids. On this, we have a warranty return envelope kind of thing here, warranty return card. So we'll go ahead and scan that. Limited warranty on Halikan computer products. Wait, is this a Chaplet or a Halikan? It is a Chaplet. Halikan. Weird. So weird. Anyway, is it like a Gigabyte Aorus? Is that like what it is? Like it's a sub-brand name? Like a Ford Lincoln? Like, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to scan this manual, all right? Because this manual is not scanned anywhere. It is, unfortunately, not going to be trivial to scan. I don't think it has any fold-out pages, but if you look at the binding, it's kind of weird. And I think there might be some pages where the glue, like, stuck together a little bit more than it should have. And then some of them, like this, are wrinkled. So I think this particular example of the manual went together extremely poorly. So this is not a good example to scan. By the way, this weird, like, discoloration is actually glue from the little manual holder that leaked over the years or whatever, maybe even when it was first put together, and it stained the front of this. So we're probably going to scan that because it's the exact same artwork, and then use this one because it's going to be a lot cleaner. But yeah, that's the goal today. Archive this. Ford Lincoln gross, yeah. I don't know enough about any other automotive providers. I was going to say GMC and Pontiac? Maybe? I don't know. It's been a little while. All right, so here's the goal. Use the A-Vision scanner, scan the manual, and then run it through my post-processing script and see how it goes. First things first, though, I need to blow my nose because, like, ow, always it's... Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Too much talking. Oh, my gosh. Dude. Oh, no. Oh. Hopefully I'm not going to be bleeding. I can't. Oh, no. Okay, it's not that bad. I have the table that I do my A-roll reads on up here. That way I can have space for projector nonsense back there. And I just rammed my face into that table leg. I'm so good at this. Ow. So yeah, it hit right on my forehead. Gosh. Oh yeah, big old red mark right there. All right, let's continue. Oh well, I'll just hide behind this. You'll never know. I did scan this earlier. That's why I saw it on my phone, but I'm not happy with the scan, so we're going to rescan it. Yeah, you can see it. 100% you can see it. All right. I need to get the foot pedal set up. Hold on. All right.
Or a goose SCHEER 100 big mark on forehead. You bring glory to your house. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Vorpal Sword, my main video editing array died, and I haven't... For the record, I've only missed one video. Well, technically two now. But no, my main video editing array died, and I'm trying to rebuild everything. Matter of fact, actually, this morning, I finally reached the end of the data recovery process. There is no more that I can recover now. It is all done. Everything has been duplicated and converted. So after today, I'm now going to start production on main channel videos again. Yeah. It is as done as it can be at this point. So yeah, I've been focusing on trying to get that going, and I needed to go through all of that and ensure all of the videos that I had access to still on my recording drives were backed up and safe, and then backed up in duplicate, because I have to wipe my recording drives in order to record new videos, and I did not want to wipe anything that I didn't have redundantly copied already. So, excuse me. So now that everything has been copied to the server and then redundantly copied and archived, I can start recording again. So I had to go through that whole process. I did not want to take any risks with the whole thing. So yeah, I am now back on track for making main channel videos again. All right. But yeah, it has been very frustrating. I'm sorry about the video delays. Did I lose anything? Only a lot, like every video from 2025. All right, let's do some scans. All right, I'm gonna get a preview here. Excuse me. I want my coffee as well. That. Do I need to restart Xane? Oh, nope. That was crazy. It just now went. Okay. That's the new image. All right. Let me give you guys the this view. Boom. There we go. And webcam? Nope, no webcam? Okay, cool. I hate UVC video devices so much. Swear every single time I try and do that, it always picks the IR camera. All right. Yeah, let's start scanning. Okay. So first thing, reset color, because it always likes to try and fix a color, and I hate how it fixes the color. All right. And now, hands off, foot pedal. What happened? Did I change the input action at some point? I did. Cool. Good news, the way I set this up, I can change that action mid-execution, and now it's scanning. Google's all like, you need to pay us for your phone bill, but also like, here's money from your YouTube videos. It's such a weird, like, thing. They're very, very different companies. So I get why it's not, like, communicated, but it never isn't funny. All right. And this will never get old either. The hand scanner or the foot pedal activated scanner. Dude, my forehead hurts for some reason. Ow. All right, now we have these. Those look good. I can fix those up later. All right, that's tech notes, whatever. Let's get the laptop computer update sheet. It is single-sided. Choir preview. It's pretty bad. It definitely hurts. I'm glad it happened on camera, so you guys don't think that I was just like a complete idiot right before stream started. You got to see the idiocy happening in real time. I'm just gonna. Oh, I clicked the button like some kind of plebeian. I'm gonna make a folder and I'll just move the file.
Still to have joined. End of line.
Stellato and 34 Raiders, hello and welcome. We are in the middle of scanning and archiving manuals and pamphlets from a laptop that I have just off camera over there. And we are going to be working on getting this whole thing scanned and preserved today because there are no existing scans of this manual and it has pretty critical information on how to use this machine in it. So we are working on that today, and then, assuming we can get that done in time, my goal is to explore running some new software on that laptop. So, should be a fun day. Ah, gosh, headphone cables like riding up on me. There we go. Okay. But, Stellato, I hope your stream went well. We didn't need to see you to be an idiot. You're an idiot. Just look at the contents of the room. That's proof enough. You mean my glorious collection? Yes, it is wonderful. Computer update. Here we go. And then we'll just move that there. Okay. Next, we're going to do the warranty card, which should just be good as a two-sided affair. I'm just going to straighten out this edge a little bit. Wearing a cap in any videos filmed this next week? I don't think it's going to be that bad. You think you got makeup? Nah. Okay, let's do the outside first. This is one I think I'm going to want to put some weight on the top of this thing for. I've started putting all of the like miscellaneous tool stuff that I keep over here in a bin, so that'll probably work out for the weight. It's close. Maybe just a little pressure on it. Maybe just a little bin of jewel cases can go on it. There we go, that'll work. Much flatter. I really hate how Xane tries to auto color every single time. I wish it did not. All right, this is warranty. Let's call this service upgrade, nope, service legal paper. Because I definitely know how to spell the word warranty. Yep, 100% every time. I always get that word spelled correctly, for sure. You know what, Swarm? I do not blame you. Xane, oh man. I love it for what it can do. I hate it for how it hasn't been updated in what feels like 20 years.
ANGRYK9S subscribed at tier 2. They've subscribed for 11 months. And says almost 1 year woohoo. End of line.
It just crashed because I tried to look at the about page. Cool. Angry K9, thank you for the tier 2 sub there. And for 11 months, that is this many. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Warranty, yeah. It's never going to happen. I'm not going to remember how to spell it. All right, let's go back. I need to find this thing, and then this thing, and then this thing, and then this, and then change that to one of those. Boom, there we go. Xane in a nutshell, yeah. Oh, wait, I need to flip the paper. Ugh, the downside of putting all the weight on top. I gotta take all the weight off. People aren't using scanners. Look.
XSGT Silver subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 45 months, currently on a 45-month streak, and says almost 4 years. Time flies. Also, did someone say 20 years old soft? End of line.
Sergeant Silver, thank you for the tier 1 sub there and for 45 months. I appreciate that. Paul Guy, don't make me spend a month writing my own scanner program. We use Xane because K-Scanlight does not work. Not there. I don't know of any good. Maybe ViewScan. I don't know. Maybe Xane got a update. They put another 9 at the end. I would love that so much. All right. Yeah, I think we're on to the big boy manual now. Alrighty. Now we get to the part where it's highly repetitious. We'll do it in Python. I will do it in Python. What do you think? I'm going to be insane and write it in a reasonable language like C++? Use my scanner more than I use a printer? I mean, I definitely... That's actually an interesting question. I'm not sure I do, because I do the supporter printouts fairly regularly. All right. I think, you know what? Let me just do this. I'm gonna make a folder manual, and I output everything here. Start on 1. Now I'm gonna take this path, pass it to, then I'm gonna pass it to this, and I'll open that. I'll put that nice and big in the background. And then I will put I'll do a preview here. I'm gonna roughly, oh man, this manual has not been read. The binding is not very open. This is not gonna be trivial. Let me get a preview of approximately the cropping. Oh, I'm gonna have to really push into this. Okay. We'll scan that much. Yeah, all right. Okay, here we go. There's the cover. Let me reset color. And why the thing over there? Because we're going to do this. And then I'm going to have this rotated here. And every single time I scan a thing, excuse me, I pointed. You're supposed to work when I point. There we go. All right. Maybe now that it actually has files, it'll work. All right, so every page I scan now will show up there. So we can have both of these going at once. Oh my gosh, that is so obvious. That's great. Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and scan the back. It'll give us a test of whether or not this will actually work for the page updates. So what this is a program that I wrote that just scans a directory, and it should always show the newest file there. It should automatically update. I said it should automatically update.
Oraku says
There we go.
CAGER 100 good news on my scale down to 480 view. It's not so obvious. End of line.
Oh. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. All right. Looks better than it did before. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it should get better. Also, I like adjusted the lighting. All right, here we go. We're getting into it now. I might as well take off the lid. Let the fun begin. Wee. So, what were you guys thinking we would be doing today? Did you think we would just be doing this for the next 3 hours? Maybe you should be the one in it. Yeah. Now we're getting serious. Yeah, this is where this goes from. Yeah, I do some archiving to yes, this is archiving. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. This is where this gets slow. If this didn't have such really nice artwork in here, I would consider using the Caesar for this, but it has really nice artwork in it, so I want to preserve it all. Also, this is one of those things where, like, if I don't scan it nice, it's never gonna get scanned nice, so I might as well. It's gonna be a fight to make sure the pages stay even. Do we need to mic up the scanner as well? I mean, I could if you want. Would take no effort. Other than I don't know where my mics are. Oh, so I didn't even have to get up. Is it everything you ever dreamed of? Hopefully it's coming through and it's not getting killed by something that I forgot I have enabled. I've never seen Better Call Saul, so I'm not going to get that reference. I wish I liked Portal 2 more. Portal 1 is just perfect. Portal 1 is like Mario 64, and Portal 2 is like Mario Galaxy to me. That's basically exactly how I see them. Portal 2 is fat and does unnecessary things. So, I am using the foot pedal, yes. Okay, so hold on. IX, X. Okay. I need to XI. Okay, just making sure I'm still on the correct page. And now I'm going to be off focus, so let's do that. And there we go. See, I can understand thinking Portal 2 is an improvement. I completely get it. Same reason more people probably actually like Mario Galaxy from a casual perspective. But for me, I love how tight Portal 1 is. There is nothing there that does not need to be there. Portal 2 has some fantastic stuff in it. I mean, Cave Johnson is a very good character, but I don't know that it needed to be in a Portal game after Portal 1. And that's kind of what it boils down to for me. Is that there's so much extra stuff. Like, Portal was a puzzle game that had some light story stitching the puzzles together. And then it was a story game that was driven forward by puzzles. That is the other thing, Swarm. The Portal 1 story is self-complete. Before they updated it. Remember that originally in Portal, Shell escapes. And then they updated Portal to have her be drugged back in so that Portal 2's story could actually happen. Did you forget about that, Swarm? You played it before they did that? Oh, yeah, so if you didn't know, at the end of Portal 1 now, if you play it, there's a voice that says, "Thank you for assuming the party escort position," and then it drags you back. So after you get through the cutscene where the building explodes, and you're laying on the ground outside. Yeah. Don't you see okay, I haven't actually played through Half-Life 2. Whatever their version of evil aliens are, don't you see one of those ships fly over too at that point? Anyway, that's unrelated. Also completed it before they changed it? Yeah. Have I played Narbacular Drop? No, I have no idea what that is. This benchmark is some sorts for Valve, but it exploded to unknown spheres. I have to make game benchmark. Oh, yeah, I get that. It was kind of just like practice for the source engine, and that they just stuffed it in the orange box, so yeah. Which one has cake? Portal 1. It was a student game Portal 1 was based on. Oh, that's interesting. I need to look at that image. I may have moved the paper. Come on. There we go. No, it's good. One of my favorite examples of something like that, students switching to making an actual game, Nitronic Rush to Distance. Nitronic Rush was so good. So good. I haven't actually gone back and finished Distance because it took so long for them to make it. I really need to finish it. I have played so much Trackmogrify, though, while it was in early access. I love that kind of thing, where it's just the random infinite map generation. That was sweet. I get that, Sergeant Silver. I genuinely do. I just think Portal 1 is complete. And again, like I said, it's so tight that there is nothing to be added to it. It doesn't need more. Just the raw game experience is what I enjoyed the most about Portal. Matter of fact, the challenge maps are actually my favorite part of Portal 1. I really liked the enhanced difficulty rooms. And I have a feeling for anyone else whose favorite part of Portal 1 were the challenge maps, you probably feel similarly. Not that Portal 2 was like too easy, but it's just a different objective. Not the Black Mesa thing, Sergeant Silver. What I'm talking about when I say Portal 1 is complete, it's that Shell starts out, has a problem, okay, Gladys, and then solves the problem after, you know, escaping or whatever, defeats Gladys, and then gets out of the facility. That's it. Done. Until the ending was retconned. It was 100% complete. Now, I haven't played the Portal 2 co-op campaign, but I think if it had been an It Takes Two style game or something where, hold on, I'm making sure that I actually got the next page. Okay. Where you always played as the robots instead, and Shell was never involved, it might have actually been better. But still, I think I would have felt that Portal 1 was just didn't need more. Yeah, I don't really care about the Black Mesa tie-in at all. Because again, the story is unimportant to me in Portal. I also didn't like the addition of the laser mechanics or the bouncy fluids or whatever. That, again, just pure Portal physics was what made the game interesting. Anything with a cube and lasers is not Portal related. And anything that has to do with the paint could be any 3D platforming game ever. Portizo, I don't feel like it did leave the ending open. Gladys blew up, got sucked up into the air after being a static robot built into the facility. Shell got pulled up out into the air, thrown clear of the building, and was outside. That's not open-ended. That's pretty open and shut. Spoiler alert. Yeah, okay. For the game from 2009. Got it. I think that's when it came out. Did you eat the cake? No, you do not get to the cake, because the cake is at the bottom of the facility. You can only eat the cake if you get out of bounds. Yes, that is correct. It does exist in the game map. Actually, if you guys want... Here's why I actually think Portal 2 is not that good, okay? I have a real reason. Portal Prelude. I played Portal Prelude before Portal 2, and it was fantastic. It had more story. It had... similar Portal-esque gameplay, and it didn't continue the game because it was a prequel, but it was more of the same and in a way that made more sense to me. It didn't bloat the game. So Swarm, I would actually highly recommend for you that you try Portal Prelude, especially. I think you will really enjoy it. The out of bounds thing reminded me of that, because if you go out of bounds in the first map, you'll find the badgers. Portal Prelude is not a Portal map mod. It's a complete campaign. It's like Fallout London. It is a full game's worth of content. Yeah, I think it's, I think now you can actually just get it through Steam, and as long as you have Portal on your Steam account, it'll just install in such a way that you can just launch it directly. Back when I did it, you had to actually mod the game to do it. On that, it might have better voice acting now? I don't know. I'd be curious. I should replay it. This actually seems pretty awesome. We might be about a quarter done here. Back in my day, yeah. Back in my day, when we modded the game, we didn't know that we could just install it multiple times, and after we were done modding it, that was just how the game was now, okay? When you put licensed cars into Flatout, you just lost the fake Mustang. It was no longer there. I need to double check that I have page 27 scanned. Yep, okay. Style. What am I scanning? I am scanning the manual to a Chaplet Halikan LA30, the computer that LGR just did a video on. I happened to find one for sale locally a couple of days after, and it came with the manual, and the manual is not available anywhere, so I'm doing my due diligence. Half-Life was still the Sierra version. It always blows. I have to remind myself that it has nothing to do with Sierra now. It's kind of funny. Never understood the fascination with putting licensed cars in games. I enjoy the fantasy cars a lot more. Ooh, that's an interesting point. Because the fantasy cars can be really cool. I like all of the cars in Burnout Paradise, for example. I think they come up with cool mixes of things. On the other hand, I think all of the cars in Burnout Takedown are very boring. They are uninspired. So that concept lives or dies by how good the artwork is for the fantasy vehicles. Did you say you bought the manual and it came with a laptop? Nearly. I'll say it this way. I bought the manual and it came with a functional laptop. I was not expecting to get a functional laptop. Takedown was weird on its own. I enjoyed the gameplay for Takedown and the intro music. So I don't have an objection to that. It was more just that I felt at least the early cars were just too generic. But when fantasy cars are done well, then it's really cool. Then I prefer that. As long as it's not a sim game. If you're doing sim racing, Gran Turismo, that should be licensed cars. Unless you want to take it to the full extreme. Because if you're going to have, like, you know, standard internal combustion engine where you replace parts on it or whatever, you know, you're going to reuse real parts, just use real cars. Yeah, basically, Fall Guy, yeah. I mean, that's true too, Portizo, yeah. The car manufacturers do not, other than Porsche, do not seem to be as much of a pain in the butt about that. Because think about this. Gran Turismo 5 came with the entire set of cars from Gran Turismo 4 just as like a bonus because they knew they wouldn't have enough time to create a whole new set of models that were at the level of quality that Gran Turismo 5 was releasing as. So they were able to just reuse all of the cars from Gran Turismo 4, including some of the weird ones like Jay Leno's tank car. They got them all. So they weren't that complicated to license, other than Porsche, who just apparently did not want to play ball, and then they had to license from Roof, which was always super confusing when I was younger. My most favorite feature in a game is realistic physics, so sim racers became incredibly boring to me. I don't understand. You like realistic physics, but then do not like sim racers? It's a disconnect for me. I don't understand. Oh, I don't know about that. I completely screwed this image up. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna and then we'll delete the file and change the numbering sequence. Cars don't break. Well, that's not physics. Like the handling models are different. Okay, I am scanning page 40. I have not played enough BeamNG to really talk about how it models handling. But generally, when I have played games that try to do something more like that, they end up feeling more like Grand Theft Auto 4, where they exaggerate some of the mechanics in a way to compensate for other elements. So like, they can't fully model every element of like a sway bar and how it slightly changes the response with the combination of the springs and the shock dampeners. So they're trying to simplify the modeling to more accurately depict a few things, whereas the sim racers aren't trying to model every single element of the car at a physics level. They're trying to emulate the experience, and then that ends up being more accurate. Yeah, DZAG, that kind of problem is annoying too. One of the very few games that tries, yeah. Well, Philip, Gran Turismo 5 will really harshly punish you if you don't shift exactly the way it wants. That's what it comes down to. So, for example, when you're racing, like actually properly racing, if you can release the throttle and then time your gear shift right, you don't actually have to use the clutch. But that's not possible in Gran Turismo. That's cool, Halikan. I know there's a website that does something similar to that. That's a little more basic. Let me make sure I have 49. Yep. I'm going to scan this one and I'm going to take a minor break because this is a little strenuous on the hands. Mostly my left hand that is pressing up against the front of the unit. Okay, there we go. Ugh. It's a weird long stress to put on the thumb. How many pages to go? We're slightly less than halfway through, so it's probably like 80. Is there a foot pedal or something to start the scan? Yes, I am using a foot pedal to start the scan. It's not a component of this scanner. It's a script that I have that just starts the scan in the software that I use. How do you interface the pedal with the PC? I actually have a video about it. If you look up Linux UDev on my YouTube channel or Git repository or GitHub account, you can find out how to do it. But basically, I have a foot pedal that's meant for transcription software. And these are shockingly common. I found one at a thrift store, I'm not even kidding, last week. And it presents itself as a USB HID device, but it does not use, and I know that's ATM machine, it does not use standard keyboard scan codes. It has its own weird ones that are really high. So what I do is I use a Linux tool to read the scan codes from the device, and I have a UDEV mapping, and then I can run actions based on that. So I I read the scan code from the foot pedal, and then I have another program that has a an execution for XDO tool, which can send, keyboard shortcuts. So I have the scanning software that I'm using in focus. I push the foot pedal. In the background, it reads that that scan code has been sent, and then it executes the other program that says send this keyboard shortcut instead, which is Control-Enter to start a scan. So it's kind of a roundabout way of doing it. I could probably map the scan codes to be the keys or the shortcuts that I wanted, but I prefer this because it's really easy for me to remap it to do anything else. So like before, I had it mapped so that I could access the webcam in this scanner and just hold something under it, push the foot pedal, and then I get a picture. And I do that through a Python script. So yeah, it's extremely helpful to be able to control it at such a low level. The foot pedal isn't HID compliant. It is HID compliant, but it does not use standard keyboard scan codes. So it's not like one key on it is A and one is B and one is C. It's more like scan code 1901, 1902, 1903. So you have to remap those. It's hurting my thumb so much because the spine, I am creasing the book for the first time to do this. And it's taken some force. Seemed like scanning manuals should be a streamer's mod job. I'm not sure you mean. Like my mods who moderate the stream should do it. I don't think this is the most exciting thing to do on stream. But I want to get it done, and if I'm going to be bored out of my mind doing this, I can do it on stream, so I don't know. You should be able to, Playful. You have to let it expire first before you can do it. Yeah. Or I think it's like within 3 days of it expiring allow you to do it, so. Is it hurting my soul? It is a little bit, yes, actually. I don't like doing that, but it's worth it for something like this. Expiring in 1 day. I don't know. Maybe Control F5 to do a full refresh. Floppy shape you NVMe enclosure. Yeah, Shh, don't say that out loud. You never know who might be listening. All right, let's continue. I did 51 last, and that's 52. All right, here we go. Is there a different way I could do this that hurts my hand a lot less? Because the problem is I'm doing this, where I'm like flattening out my thumb. I'm gonna try be a one-handed. No, the reason I'm doing that is because the bottom page is not. Like, you won't be able to see this from there, but when I push in like that, the bottom pages are sticking out, so I have to press on this corner so that curls correctly as well. So maybe that's less strenuous, but more ridiculous. It takes more, like, hand manipulation. Maybe that. I have a white whale of documentation to digitize. There's one that I'm trying to work with someone to digitize who has a only known copy of it in the world. They also have the only known example of the item in the world, so that's like a different thing. That one's more of a just like we got to go back and forth a couple of times to get it worked out. There are definitely things. I forget. I do have one in particular. I would really like to get the manual for the Gateway Liberty 2000 and scan that, because I don't have that. I have some of the documentation, but not the full system manual. Well, Wild Hair's got a lot of. I was gonna say anything data general related. But actually, we're kind of good on that. a lot of that has been done. I just want to check 54. Yeah, it's good enough. God, what am I thinking of that I want to do? There is a very specific thing that I have forgotten about now, or at least can't name offhand. You know what? I know exactly what. I know exactly what. And it's expensive and would be difficult and would take forever, and it's not gonna happen. I want a complete digitized copy of all of InfoWorld. Because InfoWorld was a newspaper style computer magazine that was there's a word S something like Sentinel, or I can't remember. They were core foundation of early computer coverage in print, and it would be so awesome to have a really good copy of that. PC Magazine, that would be another really good one. Continuing along that line of thought, I think still trying. PC Maximum is another one for me, along with PC Magazine. I would like, or Maximum PC. I more want to physically own the Maximum PC issues than I do the scans, but I do want scans as well. One would become the other. Might exist in private collections, is large enough of a publication. The problem is getting every issue of that like I have for Byte. It was a very large publication, and it's very rare. I'm going back to the other hand layout. It's very rare that you find someone who had enough of it to be worth it. Because when people sell individual magazines on eBay, they want like $15 to $20. And if there were 1,000 issues, okay, I'm not paying $15,000 for a complete collection. So I have to get a bulk listing, and then I have to be able to get to the bulk listing. That's the problem. So the one time I made an exception for something like that was when I bought the full decade of popular science magazines from the 80s on eBay. Because that was a pretty important one to me. $15,000 get you a basket case Maserati. I don't really want a basket case Maserati. Thank you very much. If you want an example of a basket case I'd rather buy while you're on Facebook looking at things you shouldn't, look up Thunderbird Model 3. Yeah, so Peter, I do that. So I have a complete scan of Byte magazine from Vintage Apple, and then I have some other magazine collections that I've acquired from a couple of other sites, and I have my own OCR index, let's say, that I use for searching through that stuff when I'm researching videos, and it is incredibly helpful. That's one thing I will probably redo as a Python web interface at some point, because I need to add a lot of fuzzy search options to it, like having H and N substitute in automatically for lowercase characters when searching, things like that. So yeah, just it's a lot of fuzzy search I need to implement, and that would suck to do in Bash. Did you find it, Desiac? My favorite part is they didn't fix the windshield. They went through all of that effort and are now trying to flip it. Never fix the windshield. You need to see. It's a Tesla Model 3 that someone cut the body off of, and then they just dropped the body from a two-door Thunderbird from like the early 60s onto. Oh. Okay, hold on. I gotta look up the word. Is it seminal? That's it. Seminal. That's the word I was looking for, Digital Ice Age. Yeah. InfoWorld was seminal. As soon as I started out typing letters, my fingers were like, let me just autocomplete this. So yeah, no, not paper record, seminal. I was trying to describe the significance of the publication. You found it. Glad they didn't use an S10 chassis. No, the whole point was to make it like a sleeper rat rod. No, it's not. They didn't swap the drive unit. No, they cut the body off of the Tesla and then just welded the Thunderbird body to the Tesla frame. That's what they did. Why? I will admit, it's pretty awesome. I don't have an objection to that. Why is that image black? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, look at how puffed up the manual is now. What happened? The last image is just a single line that is 8 pixels wide. What? Oh no! The selection changed somehow. Oh. Great. Awesome. Love it. That's gonna make my life so much fun. I don't think I can numerically set the boundaries. Oh, that sucks. It's not the end of the world, but I might need to use an ImageMagick script to recrop these after the fact so that they are the same dimensions. Matter of fact, I'll make it just slightly bigger so that I know I can do that. All right. Glad I had that running, because I looked on my monitor over here and I'm like, wait, why is it just black? See, that just saved my butt, because I would have scanned the rest of the book without knowing that. Control Z? I don't think that works. Let's find out. No, unfortunately. If Xane was written in this millennia, it might work. In Swarm, yeah, swap drive unit would be better. Yeah. All right, well, let's continue. We need the first page after the intro for chapter 4. Oh, my hands are cranky. They don't like this. All right. Let's continue. I've never been in the back of a Polestar 2, but I have been in the back of a Chevy Bolt, and my head literally touches the rear window glass. I'm 6'2". I'm tall, but I'm not ridiculously tall, and I would die in any kind of accident in that thing, in the back seat. I think Mazda's proving that you really don't have to bloat the cars up too much, since the Miata is basically the same size still. Sorry, the the MX-5. Oh, yeah. Fit very comfortably? All right. Wait, what page did I just scan? 73. We need 74. Okay. Like build a robot to do this kind of holding the book. So the problem with that is that books are too imperfect. And it's almost impossible to do this without there being some kind of issue that you need to paper just definitely moved during that scan. That you have to be able to handle some level of imperfection. So in this, the binding glue is not even throughout the entire book. You know what? Any difference makes no difference. There's no difference. I shifted the page when it was on the blank part at the bottom. I don't care. So it really, unfortunately, is not reasonable to use a robot for doing the actual page turning. Now, there are some parts of this that you can automate. The archive, the Internet Archive has a robot that has a glass wedge that moves down and splays out the pages, but there's still a human that goes in there and turns the pages. And then they can intervene when things don't go well. Oh my gosh, I am really hurting my hand, actually. Google and some other companies have come up with ideas in the past, and I'm afraid that one of those stupid AI companies is going to try and do this, where they have a sliding scanner, where the book slides back and forth on a spine, and then there is a vacuum channel that can pull one page in as it slides. But the problem is that when you have the imperfections in the book, then what ends up happening is as it tries to vacuum in the page and it doesn't move as expected, it just tears the page off. So that's fun. And yeah, the only truly automated way to do this is to cut the spine off and then flatten all the pages, which I refuse to do. I'm going to crease the spine real bad here doing it this way, but at least it's still an intact book. And this is a specialty scanner for doing this kind of thing. The front edge of this is very sharp and goes right up to the glass. Yeah, no chopping off the spine. If I wanted to do that, I could do that. I got a feed scanner right there. Okay. 79. Lost track of what page I was on, which is always concerning. Matter of fact, after I do this one, I'm going to scroll through all of the pages to make sure that I have the correct number. Anthropic, OpenAI both have actually bought a ton of paper books and cut the spines, recycled the pages after scans. Fun. OCZ DDR booster manual. Hopefully someone does. All right. Yeah. These alternate up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, it only shows the last 25. That's right. That's fine. Okay, still looking good. Last page was 79. I need to scan page 80. My hand says, ugh, though. Making good progress, though. We should be able to mess with the CH375 before the end of the day. The good news is, Swarm, is that there's probably not a lot of value in scanning historical documents, so I suspect they're scanning a bunch of like modern books just to get more examples of well-written English. So, hopefully they're not damaging anything irreplaceable. How do you automatically scan a bound book? Pulp romance and mystery novels from the thrift store? Yeah, exactly that kind of thing. It's still, yeah, I won't disagree. But on the other hand, even before AI text generators existed, a lot of that stuff just being churned out did not need to exist. Like, I think Hallmark Christmas movies prove the point that we didn't need generative AI to just churn out endless amounts of garbage. You scan War and Peace next. You don't want me to scan the Encyclopedia Britannica? No, the answer is there is no way to automatically scan bound materials, Hiram. It's an inherently manual process. Philip, I would almost argue that the perpetual soap operas offer more than the Hallmark Christmas movies. I mean, they're still going to be very lame and predictable, but at least it's something different. I don't know how to explain it. I don't watch them, but I feel like there is something slightly more there. Making a punny on the title. Okay, I don't know. Sorry. Oh, and then I screwed this page up. Blah, 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 blah. You meant the stream title. Yeah, I don't see that. I type that out once to set up stuff, and then I don't think about it again. I love making the scans look all wonky. Here, you can enjoy this one. Woo! Look at it. It's great. Oh, that's cool. It scans his CMYK, I guess? Huh. I didn't know that. Makes sense, I suppose. It's probably how the printed materials are done. All right. Let's delete that image. Reset the number back to 110. And continue. It wasn't a glitch. I knew I misaligned the page, so I just wiggled the book back and forth. No, it stopped snowing? Ah. And I instinctively go back to the holding form that hurts after a while, because it's just better. That was 88, this was 89. Oh, interesting. Apparently the RAM expansion just brings up to 2 megs of RAM. Oh, there's a 5 meg one too. Is there more? Yeah, how much RAM can you have? 5. Okay, 5 megs. Okay. In this case, my browser has cached the image, so let me reload. Boom, there we go. Happy birthday, Arizona. That was yesterday, wasn't it? Magic put any EMS card in there. So it has a dedicated specific memory slot. Wasn't on here yesterday? All right. Yeah, underneath the keyboard, there is an IDC header that you can plug a memory card into the side of. If you remember the projector panel we looked at that had the Composite and S-Video add-on board, it's very similar to that. So it just plugs in directly to the motherboard like that. Oh, you wanted me to save the messed up scan. I don't really think there's a point, since I could recreate it whenever I wanted. Probably do a better one, too. Terrible transplant, didn't know it was her birthday? Yep. For some reason, Valentine's Day. Yep. I think I need to do 93 next. Yes. Hiram, I don't know what those mean. The laptop has 1 megabyte of RAM on the motherboard, and it's a 286. There you go. That's all I know. I suspect 1 megabyte will be enough for anything I ever do with it, so I'm not super concerned about it. Basically, I'm just going to treat it as an 8088 with an HD drive. Page 96. Oh, that's weird. It says a final word, and then there's more words. Crazy. $16 megs? Wow. Or 1 gig is virtual memory. That's insane. I like how it could have more RAM than a partition size for most of the operating systems it would have actually ran on. I forgot what page I scanned now. I gotta wait for it to show up. All right, it was 96. There you go, Dziak. Talking about Miatas earlier. I want to DM you something. Is it a monster Miata? I want a Miata so bad. They're awesome. It looks like a monster. Oh gosh. No, you aren't. No, you don't. Ah, I'd be fine. I can look over the windshield. Take a minor handbrake. Accidentally swipe away the notification so I can't just tap it. Ouchie. Yeah, I'm not giving that car any credit for surviving that. I think they just managed to hit just exactly right. It's about a wrecked Miata wrapped around a tree. Oh. Thought about a Miata. It sounded fun. Just own another smog car in the state. It's not fun anymore. Thought scanning a book be boring as heck. Can't look away. It's more of a just chatting stream. Really, I should change the category, but that would require me like moving the mouse a couple of times over there. Driveway looks like a used car. Carlet already. Look over the windshield, but it's salty how much I don't fit in Daihatsu. Ooh, that would have been fun. But yeah, no, definitely nothing super small like that. All right, let's continue. Page, just double check in. 100. Oh yeah. I moved the book mid-scan. We'll see how bad it is. Well, I mean, I'll see how bad it is because I'm not going to switch over the monitor. That's part of why I'm pressing so hard, is that the spine is fighting me so much on this. It shifts just, yeah. It managed to happen right between two lines, and it's only like 3 pixels worth. Screw it. I'm not going to mess with it. Oh my gosh. If the pages had actually, if the thing had actually been read before and the pages weren't glued together so poorly, this wouldn't be as bad as it is. This is one of the worst manuals I've ever scanned. Ah, okay, this one's worth showing. There we go. There's the RAM cards. They're upside down, but there they are. So yeah, those plug in to the side of the motherboard, essentially. They're kind of weird. Showing him her 2's your algorithm is smart. Yeah, I'm not buying a Miata, though. It's not going to happen. Can't put a data general in the back of Miata. Already have a car I can't drive. Ain't happening. Ooh, an RX-8 would be really cool. I can get that. Oh, you're talking about the sim dim pinout? I bet not. I bet they're completely different. So just straight up adapter wouldn't work. Although, you might be onto something, and it might be possible to make, I don't know if that page scan is going to be acceptable. It's a little high up. I wonder if it'd be possible to make a like 32 pin sim adapter. Close enough. So everyone with this laptop can upgrade it. LG already has one. The RAM module. I don't know about any of the others. Yeah, that's part of why I keep saying 1 meg is probably enough, that I just don't need to worry about it. If I'm going to treat it like an 8088, then 1 meg is going to be enough forever. I don't have to worry about it. And my plan is to treat it like an 8088. Because let's be real, anything that would not run on an 8088, you'll probably want to run on a 386 or better. So. Put a Data General TTR is called Stage A. I thought you were just going to say it's called a 1, as in the Data General 1 laptops. Always put a Pico Mem in there for more RAM. SAN and USB on a single card. Ooh, I would not be against that, but I really don't need all of that. I can't pick an individual favorite Pink Floyd song, so just hit shuffle and whatever the first track that comes up on from the Division Bell is, just assume that's it. Which, of course, means I also like Endless River a lot. Oh, coffee. No, I don't know who that is, Hecubus. The only post-Pink Floyd media I've really seen is, and this is going to be the weirdest thing, the Enzo Ferrari review on Top Gear. And if you know, you know. Ooh, wait a minute. I have a revision to my answer. Okay, just Adam Hart Mother. Period. That's it. Side A, I guess. Yeah, that's my answer. I completely forgot how much I enjoy that. OG Top Gear had Tron Legacy music. Enough said. Alright, we need to scan page 118. Brings full circle. Monster AMC was faster than Enzo around the track. Oh, gosh. Well, the second side, yeah, it's great. I just, I love the orchestral and symphonic portions to Adam Hart Mother. It's so good. Well, I'm going to guess the show from 1977 did not have Daft Punk music in it. I don't think I said old Top Gear, because I didn't acknowledge current Top Gear. Oh, I'm sure 1977, didn't they... It was still Jessica, wasn't it? As the theme? Just a little more raw Allman Brothers like? Not the remix. It has always been Jessica. Okay. That was what I thought. And then it's like a modern redo for the, yeah, for the new one. Still always blows my mind that it's an Eagles song for Journey of the Sorcerer for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Just completely random, but always funny. Clark's farm is better than it has any right to be, yes. But I think it's just because it's the same thing as always, where it's him trying to skirt the rules, but with much higher stakes. Well, Dziak, you should watch Hoovie's Garage to cure wanting a Lamborghini tractor, because that's the kind you could afford, and then you'll very quickly find that you cannot afford it. How hard could it be? What? The Lamborghini tractor? Or the scanning? Because the scanning's almost done. We're getting close. We're into the part where it's like, here, write your notes. They literally have space for you to write out your config.sys file in here. I'm not even kidding. That's what this page is for. So that you know what it is without having to like turn on the computer. That is hilarious. Yeah, manual hard copy. Oh, wait. Basically 15 pounds. There we go. It says what that is in metric, but I don't live in metric land. I'm sorry. Interesting. So it has two hard drive specs listed, but they're both Connor drives, but mine has a Maxtor drive. It still doesn't say the hard drive type in here, so you know how to actually set it up. Thanks. Thanks, manual. That's just great. Okay, we need to do immediately after the appendix, which is this page. Okay. The worst part, Tiziak, is that it is 6.7. That's the actual number. You can see it. Does it scan 8K? That's not how scanners work. A scanner has a single pixel line sensor that it physically moves. So the resolution is dependent on how fine the control of the movement of the sensor is, and then the pitch of the pixels. So you rate it in DPI. So it is 600 DPI. I don't know what the full horizontal resolution is because normally I don't scan at that resolution. Not with that attitude. I mean, I suspect I could get it to generate an image that is higher resolution than 8K. So, US measurements are legally defined by the metric system. Oh, I didn't need to know that. So you're saying a foot is a metric measurement. And I can continue to use feet and say that's metric. It is native 600, yes. So yeah, unlike a camera, there isn't a standard default resolution for this thing because like what I'm doing right now, you'll see that the sensor doesn't go too much farther past the book because there's no point in scanning the rest of the stuff down there. I'm not wasting resolution though. I'm just not using more size than I need. Okay, I need to make sure. That was 136. I need to scan this. But did I screw something up? Hold on. I feel like I screwed something up. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, no, I didn't. So 37. Feet is just a weird metric number. Love it. We have gone to the moon units. Yeah. This is why an inch is exactly 2.54 centimeters. Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. You just can't tell certain people that here. Yeah, don't we have... Is it Arizona that has the only metric measured highway in the United States? I think that's correct. Tucson, New Mexico. Okay. All the moon units were metric. Shh, you'll shatter their illusion. Yeah, Chloe, that's part of why you'll never hear me say SAE, because that's not quite... Yeah, it's all weird. It's all just weird. You know, one thing I will be grateful for about this manual, the pages were not stuck together at all. So I can at least be thankful for that. Everything else about this kind of was not ideal, though. We are almost done. It's page 142 out of approximately 150. I don't think I'm going to post-process this on stream, because I don't want to type a whole lot. I want to do anything else that is not as fine hand motor control needed. So we'll try and set up a CH375 and then mess with it. Yeah, that is it, essentially, Desiac. It was kind of an experiment. So no, it has nothing to do with going to Mexico. As long as you don't call US measurements imperial, I only call them imperial. I lost count of what page I was on. I think we're on 145 next. I'm gonna wait for it to update. Yes. Okay.
93 raiders from Parts People have joined. End of line.
Parts People and 93 raiders, hello and welcome. We are right at the tail end of finishing scanning a manual for the, hold on, I can show you the cover, Chaplet LA30 laptop. This will be wrapping up here very soon, and then we're going to actually play with the laptop a little bit more because I have something I want to test and set up because it's from 1989, and I'm going to get USB working on it. But Parts People, I hope you had a good stream. Gonna scan the insert leaflet too? I already have. Those are all already scanned. We're just on 142 though. Well, I mean, I kept going. So over here is 142, 143, 44, gross. 145 and 146. There we go. Yep. Post-processing, scanning, scripting, your GitHub, totally invaluable, great stuff. I'm glad. Yeah, dude, not having that sucked. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I will be utilizing that to do this book. Horsepower because bigger number, more better. Well, then just measure it in watts instead of kilowatts. All right, we're at the point where I'm just going to scan 4 blank pages now so that the book is balanced out. So we are essentially done because I'm not going to try that hard on this. No, you did not, Mox Helix. Just walk into another table again. And hello, Allred. This might be the last thing to scan. That's it. That was the inside cover. Boom. I'm pretty sure I started out by scanning both covers because I usually pull those out. Yeah, so we're done. Oh my gosh. Ah. Yeah. Oh, Yes, Poot, it is. I happened to find one for sale like 2 days after his video went live about the restored chassis. Completely by accident. I wasn't even searching for it. Oh my gosh. And it was such a low price, it just was like, obviously I have to buy it. Someone's got to preserve this thing. Oh man. Hands just... Time to play some Switch so you can have crappy clients all day. I'm sorry, best I can do here is Steam Deck. Oh. I keep my Steam Deck here in case I think I'm going to actually play a game before streaming, then I never do. Oh my God. All right. I want the... Let's set up the CH375. And then we will put N Commander's program on a flash drive, try and image the hard drive using that. And then we'll see if we can install FreeDOS on there so that I can have FAT32, because that would be sweet. Okay. So like I said, I will post-process this later. I will be using the Simple Scan 2 PDF software that you can check out on my second channel if you want to know how I'm going to do that. But it is not a particularly exciting process, and I'm going to back this up to my server before I actually do anything to it. That way there is a copy in case something goes wrong. And I already have it on a drive I'm putting in my bag to take home now. So that should be on archive.org later. Do I have Hydro Thunder on my Steam Deck? I actually don't know. There's a reasonable chance I do, but it would be emulated. And it would only just be incidental. Okay. Coffee. Whoop. And laptop. Okay, let me turn the other light on that I turned off, because it was glaring directly into the camera lens. And then go ahead and click Workbench and ArmCam again. Okay. Told you about the disk dump? Oh, that's the N Commander tool, yeah. Yeah, we'll try that in a little bit here. All right. Double checking. Yep. 16.6 volts. There's that. At some point, I will recap the power supply, but it's not critical. I feel like it wouldn't be the worst case to not carry around this giant monster with it, because there's no good place.
Subscribed for 44 months and says yippee, approaching 4 years, so the time flies. It is crazy. End of line.
Nesriel, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for, oh gosh, 32, 34, 30, or 44 months. I appreciate that. What was I gonna say? Was words about stuff. Oh yeah, the power supply is huge and it doesn't fit in the bag well. So I think it would be nice to not have that.
Sleep developer says CHER 200. You could carry the power pack around for self-defense. End of line.
Yeah. I'm gonna move the whole laptop over actually, because then I think I can get a better angle for the screen. Can almost read the screen. You will be able to once I get you on axis. Viewing angles on these are very poor. It doesn't help that it's reflecting my shirt so much either. There we go. Gonna install network card in it? No, I've installed a USB card. All right, now I did rename the config file. So I think I want to put that back. I love how there's config B2, config old, config back. I wonder which one I did, because I don't remember. Probably config back. So let's ren config dot back to, how about I type it correctly? Config back to config dot, it's ini, right? I don't remember now. No, it's sys. Okay. Edit? I don't think we have edit, actually. Ugh, that sucks. Uh-oh. Type. How am I gonna edit this? I don't even have ed. Oh, no. Is it Edlin? Nope, don't even have that. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a problem. Cool. Echo content to new file. Maybe we just install a DOS on it. I don't, man, but then I can't practice imaging the drive. I guess CopyCon? No, but that's gross, isn't it? Put Desk View X on it. I'm gonna have to look at the system requirements for that. CopyCon and press F6 for Okay, so copy con config.sys. Is this appending to the file? And then F6 to end. 0 files copied. Type config.sys. File not found. Well, that's fun. Did I just kill the file? Yes, I did. Rip config sys. Cool. I don't have the image for the hard drive here. It's at home only. No, wait. Do I? Maybe. Hold on. One moment. I'm just gonna try and pull it off of my network share. All right. Loving the no compromises gaming? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. So, copy con config.sys. And then caps lock device equal C / DOS / set ver.exe device equal C / DOS / hi mem dot sys DOS equal hi files equal 10, and then Control Z, enter. Okay, dir. Hey. All right. Config sys was the most boring config sys ever. It was, yes. Okay, so append copy config sys plus con colon config. Oh my gosh. Such a pain in the butt. Okay. Let's just, is there a paginate for type? A dir type question mark. Nope. Okay, cool. Type ISA USB .txt more. Yeah, but am I gonna have more? Let's be real. No, I don't have more. You know, maybe I should just update my path. Hold on. Path we set in auto exec, right? So if I go back to C, copy con auto exec.bat, and then I just set path equal C DOS. Maybe I'll be able to edit. And we just reboot. We'll see what happens. Non-system disk, that's fine. I had a floppy in there. Okay. Edit. Oh, so much better. Oh, should have done that from the start. Jeez. Okay. Know what? It worked. There was no auto exec file. Could I have CD to the DOS folder and run edit from there? Edit in inverted monochrome? Yeah. All right. Alt F. We're just going to go ahead and exit for now. Okay. Wow, I never realized those arrow keys are very inset. Huh. Xcopy? We probably have Xcopy now, actually. Xcopy. Yep, there it is. Path equals CDOS be an error, usually. Fair enough. Okay. Apparently, I don't know what I did wrong. That directory wasn't just in the path. Oh, so yesterday we were booted off of floppies, so they didn't have that. Xcopy, we were able to see dir DOS at the very end. Somewhere. It's in there. Okay, so A, edit. I'm just going to be lazy now that I can be. Oh, yeah. So nice. Okay. Alt, F, open. Aw, yeah. Using arrow keys. I don't want to have to type letters. Boom. What's up? Okay. So we need to add this line to config sys. Now, I can't remember if this is valid, but I'm going to try. Options, edit, copy, control, insert, okay. Control, insert, and then paste is shift insert, just for kicks, shift insert. Or do we have to shift select? Control, insert, and then shift insert, perfect, okay. Now, file, open, C, star.sys. Oh my gosh, tabbing through here sucks. Load file is not saved. No. Shift insert. Oh yeah, what's up? Maximum lazy. All right, except that's not the one we want. So we want CH375. I think it's just 286, 286, and then it will be C. I'm just gonna put it on the root for now. I keep trying to hit escape like this is Vim. Save. FX. Okay. Dir. Let me just make sure. It's not a Connor, it's a Mac store, thankfully. It is CH375 286, yes. Okay, so copy CH375 286.sys to C. Okay. Then change back to C. I am just going to check config sys is correct, because for some reason I feel like it didn't end in sys ch375.sys. ch375 286.sys. Okay, it should be perfect. So if I reboot here, this should work. Let's find out. What's the resolution of that screen? It's something weird. I don't remember. Yeah, it's trying to boot the floppy. Don't worry about that. Disk not found. That's perfect. It will be on D, though. Okay, so now I need to go format a flash drive as FAT16, which, you know, that's fun. This is why I will want to not... why I will want FreeDOS. Okay, so I'm just going to pick one at random here. I got a blue tape one. Let's see what's on that. Like my way of being able to see the screen from across the room. It was beautiful. Okay, that's a Kubuntu install. Perfect. Okay. KDE Partition Manager. Hold on, I'm catching up here. 640 by 200, I don't remember. 640 by 400, maybe when someone uploads the manual, we'll be able to just look. Okay, data traveler, holy moly, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, new partition table, DOS, boom. New, it will be FAT16, label, FD. Oh wait, that stands for floppy drive, flash, there we go. 4 gigs, I don't think it'll... It's 2 gigs for that, isn't it? Is the limit? 2048. Maximum size is 4 gigs. Yeah, but it won't address that, right? So let's just do this. Apply. Alrighty. Then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go there. I'm going to click, not that. I'm going to click this. To use the official limit, you can get some to use 4 gig sector size. Yeah, we're gonna not mess with that. Probably shouldn't have even done 2 gigs. Probably should have just done 1. Oh my gosh, there's so many posts. Where was the end commander thing linked? Oh, there were so many notifications because there was the spam bot. That's right. End commander disk image. Oh man. What channel was it? Is it in just plain general? Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right, we're gonna try this. I mean, cannot transfer destination file systems. Stupid thing. So I CHS drive in the BIOS, it's strict to hard drive type numbers. I think there was a custom, but I'm not sure. 41 megabytes ought to be enough for anyone, though. All right, so we're gonna try and run that. Is there a -H on that T94? I know you're mentioning that there's like no documentation. But if I just run that, will I be able to tell how to use it? Let's find out. We install XTIDE? In theory, yes. Will I? No. All right. Doesn't even plug in upside down. The flash drive doesn't physically fit, though, because there's a frame around the thing. What? Oh, that's awful. Ruh-roh. Also, I'm missing this panel. If Polymat releases the files, I could try and 3D print one. Then I could just stick a flash drive in there and then cover the panel. It'd be so wonderful. Well, an extension cable is going to kind of have the same problem. I can try it, but that's not the bulletproof solution you think it'll be. Unless I have one of those garbage Amazon ones floating around here. Oh my gosh, I do. I don't know if this works, but we'll find out. So this one has a super small jacket, but I don't remember if it works. So we'll see. Here we go. Thanks, I hate it. All right. I'm just going to reboot. Put card in the top slot. So I intentionally put it in the bottom slot because that's the 8-bit port. Ah, it worked. Okay. D. Dir. Disk dump. Okay, so it's kind of like just run it. Okay. Disk dump. Enter disk ID 1. Enter path to dump disk 2 must be absolute. D hdd.img. Yep. Well, all right then. That's pretty easy. I like this tool a lot more. All right, we're putting this on a floppy disk, that's for sure. So my understanding is that those ports on the side, the keyboard port is not quite PS2. I think it might be more like XT. I'm not 100% sure. And then the COM port is a weird serial port mapping. I don't know why it had to be so weird when there's just a regular DE9 port right next to it, but whatever. Yeah, this is way better than the other utility as long as this ends up working out. Yeah, so basically the hardware, as far as I understand it, emulates a single drive over USB through the driver, which makes it very easy to use. That's the whole point. So it's not about an actual USB stack implementation. I have to stand here because my dark shirt is the only reason we can actually see anything on the screen. Watch, and I adjust the contrast, and it'll be way easier to see. Yeah, a little easier, not perfect. Logitech bus mouse? Oh, that's right. It's that. I don't have a Logitech bus mouse. I have the PC Systems mouse, which is different. Or the Mouse Systems mouse. I am not against the idea of just getting a Logitech mouse to use with it. That would be sweet. If the manual states which mouse it uses, then I might buy one on eBay. It'll be worth it. Yes, Swarm. So we're dumping the drive again as a test of the CH375 USB interface card. So we're confirming that this works by dumping the hard drive again. That's the only reason. Yeah, that sounds really annoying, Ben. This is still a way better screen than the Sharp PC7000, though. I cannot overstate that. There are two ways that you can do the polarizer. This is the better way. The PC7000 has the worst way. There is basically no viewing angle that is good on the PC7000. Philip, I really don't know. So the manual is gonna be important. You'd order more USB ISA cards, so I still have some in stock. I think I still have 2 more here that are unused. I pulled that one out of this. There's one here, and then I might have another one over here. Let me go check. Because I have not been putting them in every single machine. Okay, I may only have the one. I should find the others. There's probably one of my 46 and maybe one of my 5160. I did, however, print 2 more. Of the brackets, which I'm not really crazy about. They didn't print as well as I would have liked, so I'll chuck those in there. I don't want to deal with that right now. They have one more. I don't really feel like trying to import stuff from China right now, so I'm probably not going to order any anytime soon. So, yeah. I do not have contact with End Commander, no. As a PC7000 can confirm, yeah, no, it's horrible, yeah. Yeah, it's also to test this program, which so far is thumbs up. I like this a lot more than Dolly. Although Dolly can write back, but I don't think there is ever a time where I would try and write back a disk image. Well, that's not true, actually. You know what? I could see making a case for basically making a system restore setup and using Dolly to revert the system back. So that's not necessarily true, because I can't write to this hard drive from a modern controller because it gets all wonky. Here's that Zip 250 drive from yesterday. I'm gonna go put this in the shelf where it belongs, next to a super disk drive. So after this works, we're going to install FreeDOS on here, I think. I'm really looking forward to this thing being just like good and usable. I have no idea, but I'm not really that interested. Out of coffee. I'm going to replace this with water because we got a lot of stream left. And I've been hitting fluids hard. Too much yakking. It occurs to me I should grab that other microphone that's just sitting behind the scanner on doing nothing. Because it should not be there. Here, listen to the hard drive.
Loriku says CHEER 100 hitting fluids and tables hard this stream. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. 85% done, by the way. It's just really hard to get it at an angle. There, if I stand right here, you can kind of read it. All right. I can grab that. Yoink. Well, I guess I have the flash drive too, but I'm just going to put it on here. Aftertaste of coffee in the water doesn't bother me. Not in the slightest. I was just drinking the coffee. Why wouldn't I be okay with just drinking the coffee again, but slightly weaker? Starting to wonder if this laptop does something wonky to the floppy disk, because now this one's got the messed up partition table. And I can't write files to it. Seriously? All right, I will do this as soon as I can get that flash drive back. Which looks like right now. Head alignment bad? It reads just fine. Well, we'll find out when we try and install, if it can't read past a certain point. 40 megabyte hard drive image. Successfully made. I cleaned nothing, no. Optical mouse into chips when I saw them at Farnell. Could have replaced the guts, mouse and the hand strap with one. It's too late. Just talk to Linus Tech Tips. He's got literally like a master case of them. He's not using. All right, this should work. It should be pretty sweet. LCD mode. Boom. LCD mode. 10. Oh.
They've gifted a total of 30 in the channel. End of line.
Endorafox, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. There we go. 0 ohms reverse engineered the LCD mode program using the BIOS dump from yesterday. That is awesome. So now I will have the utility to be able to invert the screen as it should have been. Boom.
Halikan is gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Tech-Tankis' community. They've gifted a total of 220 in the channel. End of line.
Yeah, really. Spooky, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that as well. Thank you. That is so cool. Oh, that rocks. Think you like this better? Yes, I do wish it was just like that from the get-go. Naked blue screen, yeah. Can you turn up the screen brightness? Actually, no. It is fixed brightness. For kicks, let's try and reboot. I'm curious if it reinitializes that. It does not. So it will stay inverted between reboots. Good to know. So it was a COM file after all? It was an executable originally. The way that Zero Ohms compiled it is to a COM file. I don't think it really matters, though.
Halikan says UNI 100 great success. End of line.
I'm a cat. Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate that. Can you put a command in config sys to flip it? I could in auto exec actually, yeah. To just have it be inverted on power up. Totally. You know what? Maybe I will. That might actually make a lot of sense. You know, actually, Zero Ohms, I think just putting it in auto exec is fine. Because then I don't have to like mess up the BIOS or anything. That would be perfectly acceptable. If you remove the USB controller, you have optical bus. Wait, hold on. Keep super old optical mouse because the first gen sensors output bus mouse compatible signals that go to the USB controller next to it. If you remove the USB controller, you have an optical bus. Oh, you're saying on the mouse itself. That is extremely interesting. Huh. Also made turbo program. Yeah, a turbo program would be helpful. I suspect if I learned how to compile the ASM, because Zero Ohms gave me the source for this as well, lcd mode.asm. If I learned how to, you know, read that, I could change it. That's a lot of no-ops. Endoros Fox, I'm sorry. The 100 bits is the minimum, but I appreciate the 69 bits there. Well, BIOS also has no ops to the register. Interesting. Weird. Create a COM file with debug. Oh, as like a compile kind of thing. I probably do. That's we can work on that later. Right now, I would like to get FreeDOS on here. So let's work on that. Yeah, so I guess we just shut it down and then go look at FreeDOS stuff. Because we have about an hour and 10 minutes left, and we could totally do that. We have 2 backups of the hard drive at this point. So yeah. You know, it seems like dark is the natural state for this thing. I wonder if running it in invert is less intense on the LCD drivers and might actually help lengthen the life of the panel. Because I find LCD drivers to be very unreliable.
1337 allow 100,000 and 26 allow 40,000 and 21 allow 10,000 and 19 allow 100,000 and 21 allow 20,000 and 14 allow 20,000 and 16 allow 100,000 and 18 allow 100,000 and 21 allow 40,000 and 18 allow 100,000 and 16 allow 10,000 and 21 allow 10,000 and 22 allow 10,000 and 23 allow 10,000 and 25 allow 100,000 and 26 allow 40,000.
We have a deck talk command failing to run right now. And I just did a bunch of work with this laptop that's really cool. We're about to install a new operating system on this.
55 orators from T2 SDE have joined.
One moment. Hold on. I can't leave this be. Hold on. There we go. One moment. Oh, that was hilarious. I'm so sorry.
Loriku says CHER 100.
You need to enter the modifier if you want it to operate by your command.
Is it this? I'm trying to figure out where a thing is. Did I get rid of it? I thought I had a, just a plain TTS thing that would allow me to send data to the deck talk, but apparently not. I don't have an easy way to send text to the deck talk with the phoneme thing enabled. Hold on. Thank you for the 1337 bits, Indora Fox. I really appreciate that, by the way, because I didn't credit that.
Says CHER 100 lore 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 10,000 and 21 low 10,000 and 22 low 10,000 and 23 low 10,000 and 25 low 100,000 and 26 low 40,000 and 21 low 10,000 and 19 low 100,000 and 21 law law law.
No one can do it right.
End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits, and Majeko, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we'll call that good enough. Oh man. All right, let's go set up FreeDOS disks so we can actually get this done in time, as I really want that to happen today. Jeez. Oh man. All right. FreeDOS. Okay. FreeDOS 1.4, that's what I thought. There is a new version of FreeDOS. So the 8086 version that I made before was 1.3, so there is a new one. Okay, I am not going to make a weird minified version of this because as we just have 144s. It'll work. As long as it'll run on a 286, then yeah, it'll be fine. Developers been adding features, FreeDOS, fixing bugs, updating translations, updating programs, writing documentation, all the cool stuff. Okay. Package updates, Xcopy, as you might expect. Many programs of FreeDOS saw updates. Some of the more recent include reworked recursive copy to not use as much stack space, increase stack space. Okay. Fdisk, manage disks. Cool. Oh, it comes with MTCP. Sweet. Man. New FreeDOS. Sanity check the disk image. I mean, I guess it's probably fine. Where's that flash drive at? I additionally have a disk image at home and have extracted the files. That one's all fine. 20 megabyte HDD or larger. That's so much space, man. Hold on. Let's just fdisk -L HDD. Yep, that's good. All right, there you go. All right, 144 download. Wait, isn't that where I was? Oh, here we go. Live CD. No, real hardware. Older hardware. Floppy, that's it. $300 megabytes. That is not going to be acceptable. Okay. Let's extract. $144. Oh my gosh, that's so many discs. Are you kidding me? Ugh. It's a good thing this is going to come with FAT32, because, man, that's a lot of space. I might want one of those, like, little tiny flash drives that doesn't stick out very far and just leave that in there. Weird minified version go? Yeah, but I don't want to remake it right now, man. That's like a lot of work. Dude, how many 720Ks does it take? It's going to be brutal. Oh, wow, double. Who would have guessed? All right, let me go grab 8, 7, 144s, and then we'll get writing, I guess. Ugh, so many. Let's see, where's my stash of new discs? And we'll just make a set. Ugh. Where are they hiding at? Here they are. Okay. Whole bunch of brand new, unused 144s. Only need one to boot. Yeah, but I want to install. That's the thing. The whole goal here is to do a full system installation of FreeDOS 144. Or 1.4. You know, they should update it to just FreeDOS 1.44. The update changelog should just say, we should have done this from the beginning. Okay, there's 3 or 4, and 3 more. Okay, so this is going to become my new FreeDOS installation set. So many discs, oh my gosh. It's really looked at FreeDOS a good decade or more. Yeah, it's pretty chunky. Gotta say. I do wish I had a cable that could just like power the drive from this. Is that reasonable? I don't know. I don't want to mess with that right now. Okay, I do need a power supply, which is one right there. And then I need a cable.
Tier 1. They've subscribed for 47 months, currently on a 47-month streak. And says hello.
End of line.
Green Source, thank you for the tier 1 sub there and for 47 months. I appreciate that. And hello. All right, that's not a set, that's a sweet. Yeah, floppy drive only needs 5 volts, so you can steal it from the Grease Weasel. Okay, I will have to look in how to set up that cable at some point. It's probably worth just making a dedicated 3.5-inch Grease Weasel drive thing. Alright, scanner was already connected to Type B, so I can just reuse that. And then this already had 3.5-inch drive adapter on it somewhere. Oh no, did I take that home? I might have taken that home. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, raggy. Ooh, you're right. I could do Actually, that'd be pretty sweet to do a custom set of DMF encoded install media. Ooh. Okay. Need one of these. It's got the Burge connector on it. Come on. Why are they all just splitters? Every single one of them are just splitters. There's no Burge connectors. Uh-oh. This somehow has a Molex power cable that does not end in the Burge connector. It's so annoying. All right, let me go Burge, B-E-R-G. Wait, is it right here? Nope, that's SATA. It's possible I have another one up here, but I don't. Maybe Berg, I don't know. I just... one of those things you don't hear pronounced a whole lot. Great. I took this home to do something with, and then I swear I brought it back, but I don't know where it ended up. I thought I put it in that box. Apparently not, though. Great. Let me go make sure I didn't put it in my little weird PC parts bin over here. That one is for a fan. Okay, well, here's a new plan, all right? This is a CD audio cable.
Ziak is gifting 5 tier 1 subs to TechTankits' community. They've gifted a total of 55 in the channel.
End of line.
Dziak, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, Burj Khalifa, kind of like that, yeah. Pronounced like Bergy on Spot. It's Berg, like an iceberg. See, I thought it was pronounced like Burj Khalifa, actually. Okay, I need to look at, for the Miata Fund. The Miata Fund has to include a lot of stuff. Okay, what's the pinout of the power connector on the Grease Weasel? 5-volt ground, no connect. Okay. So if I put red to here, and then red to here, in theory, this will power the floppy drive, and then I'm good. I don't need a power supply. So there we go, maybe. Let's risk it. Here we go. Nothing exploded. I see an LED on. Okay. GW clean. Score. Sounds a little weaker than usual, but it's like they thought of this. I know, it's just a little spooky. I don't like it. All right, that'll work. That's fine. Whatever. LED is actually on fire, not on, yeah. All right. We gotta get Doom 88 running by end of the stream. I'm not against that. If we can get this done in time, I'm willing to do that. All right. GW write dash format IBM dot 1440 x86 boot go. All right. Does it run 88 miles per hour? I mean, it's 286. I don't know. I need a silver Sharpie. One moment. Because I need to be able to label these. I also don't know how long it will take to install 20 megabytes of data onto this machine. Because let's be real, it's going to decompress some stuff, and it's not going to be fast. All right, I'm going to pre-label these. F, D. You know what? I can actually write out FreeDOS. FreeDOS 1.4 2 of 7. Why does this silver Sharpie smell minty? FreeDOS 1.4 3 of 7. I should be putting these upside down so they stay in order. Can't the installer take the other files from the US or the USB drive if you load the installer? I don't know. DOS 1.4 4 of 7. I can explore making a CH375 assisted installer later. FreeDOS. Oh no, I screwed up. 1.4 5 of 7. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have one too many discs. Okay. x86 DSK01. Go. Okay. This is free DOS. Oh, I screwed it up. 1.4 boot 1 of 7. Okay, I did 5, so I need 6 and 7. Start laptop with floppy 1? Yes. Free. Oh my gosh, you mean right now while I'm still imaging them? I love it. In-flight imaging? Yes. FreeDOS 1.4. Let me just label these. 6 of 7. It's a shame that they didn't need 9 discs. Okay. FreeDOS 1.4 7 of 7. Light USB FreeDOS is 16.9 megabyte, and you have a USB port sitting there. Don't care. FreeDOS 1, let's go. Blah, eating my hair, sorry. Firefox is, no, it's right here. Workbench, ARM-cam, let's go. All right. Power supply is at 16.3 volts, close enough to 17, whatever. Floppy disk in, computer on. You know, actually, hold on. Let's not boot this yet. Let me grab the flash drive. D. LCD mode I. That way it's easier to read. There we go. Okay, hold on, I need to swap discs over here. All right, putting in FreeDOS, unplugging flash drive, Control-Alt-Delete. All right, let me go find my, oh, I know how I ended up with an extra disc. Oops. One of these things is not like the other. I think I killed my utility disk that had the LCD mode and the other files on it. Oopsie. They had the CH375 drivers, that's it. It might be this one, actually. Let me see, is this labeled? No, that's labeled Sony. Okay, it's around here somewhere. Then probably, maybe. Okay, weird. We have things doing things. Yes, so why did it blank the screen when I removed the disk? Freecom? What on earth? Whoa! What do you mean? Inverted is worse on camera? I don't think so. If you are colorblind to blue, Ben, I am very sorry. There's not a lot I can do about it with this machine. I'm just going to Control-Alt-Delete right here, because I think it's kind of wigging out. Okay, where did I put that floppy, though? I don't think it was one of the Sonys, but maybe it was and I didn't realize it. Oh, it's in this floppy drive over here. Here it is. It is a Sony. Okay, I need to be careful with that. This one is the utility disc. Okay. There we go. One. Oh, it was just taking forever to boot. That was what was happening. What's going on? No manual scanning. Title's wrong. We finished the manual scanning already. Oh my gosh, I gotta like really blow my nose all of a sudden. Oh, that was weird. Feels lower contrast this way around. I don't know what to tell you. I swear it's not. Nice mute. I have no mute button. I could unplug the cable or not, but that one was like I needed to. Wah. Where'd you find LCD mode.exe? It was recreated from reverse engineering the BIOS. It's by 0 ohms here. It's really awesome. Okay. Next disc. Yeah, I'm glad we started doing this in flight, because I forgot how slow this install is. What, like less than 24 hours? Yes. They are very impressive. Okay. While in FreeDOS 144. Oh, it's doing funky stuff with highlighting and blinking and all that. That's definitely making this easier to read. Thanks. The operating system for Windows, if this is not what you... Do I want to proceed? Yes. I hope this has the ability to format the drive. Do I have to press enter? No, the light's green. No, it's not. There we go. Here, this will help. Testing file system on drive. No, just kill file system on drive. So unit have video out? Yes, it does have CGA. We could attempt to capture, but I don't want to try and set that up right now. Now we'd see me reflected. I was being reflected before. But now you're at least not getting light falling on it in a weird way. Why FreeDOS? So I can get FAT32 support. Put a CGA CRT next to it. You guys really hate this output, don't you? Ugh, fine. Oops, I had a light on over here. I didn't intend to. Oh, it's not going to be trivial to get to a CGA display. Unless that's one. Oh, that is. Okay. Whew, that was easy. Back up, CM5. Now it's asking me something and I couldn't read it because you guys were all like, we want to be able to see the screen, and why is the screen so hard to see, and that looks awful, what's wrong with you? And then I missed that I needed to put something in. Ugh. Hopefully it mirrors the output. All right, you guys can look at this, enjoy your reflections, and I'm going to look at the actual panel. Okay. Previous file systems detected. Do you want to back up files before installing? No. Hopefully it just deletes the files.
CER 100. Exercise today. CRT weightlifting. 1 rep.
End of line.
I don't think it outputs duplicate video. Because we have a raster. I think we pick one or the other when we boot the machine. And we are not restarting this install.
Rorifax says CHER 100 womp womp.
End of line.
Dorofox, thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, I think we're not going to get anything out of it, so. It has 2 ISA slots, yes. It's internal or external. Man, that sucks. Well, that was fun. Not seen a 286 with USB before? You still haven't really. I added that. It's worse when you can't read the display at all. Who would have guessed? Ugh. Do I want to proceed? Yes, go. Let me go swap disks as well over here. So I'm pretty sure that's done. It is. Copy image 4. Whew. All right, I'll give you all one last comparison. With other lights, without other lights. I'm telling you, without other lights is better. But I'll leave it up to you, since you all complained when I turned the lights off. Keep in mind, look, the lights are on. You still see me reflecting. You want with? What CPU is in it? 286. Do we think this will actually finish in 40 minutes? Is that a mosquito? If that's making the text more legible, then it has to be something weird to do with the video compression. Because I'm looking at the output from the ATEM and it's no different.
Matchenko Tech says CHEER 100. We're just scared of the dark ... which is ironic, since we're all techies that thrive in the dark ... Life is hell for us ...
End of line.
Jacob, thank you for the 100 bits. This is a Chaplet Halikan LA30 laptop. It's not a data general shut up, so it should, yeah. We'll see. I'm not super optimistic. I don't remember how long it took to install an actual 8088. Transferring new files to system drive. Yeah, I'm a little afraid that it didn't wipe the drive. And that I'm going to do this, and then the drive's going to be full of other crud, and I'm going to just wipe it and redo this anyway. Yeah, the blinking overwrite is almost invisible to me as well, if it makes you feel any better. Because, yeah, the refresh rate is terrible. Can we overclock it? No, but we can underclock it. Do I have a black curtain? Actually, yes. Oh, that might be better right there. Yeah, let's go with that. It makes it worse for reflections, but better in every other possible way. If you even tried overclocking it, it's literally the only way to do it would be to replace the crystal that drives the clock for the CPU. Yeah, to give you an idea of how that's not the right setting, we're at like a weird edge case where this looks better on the camera. You'll note that the FreeDOS no longer looks faint. Because if I push it back more the other direction, now you can tell there's a difference between FreeDOS and those. So we're kind of cranking the contrast too much there. Force update to MBR on drive C. Oh, that sounds like it might be wiping it. Okay, that would be nice. Ben. And probably drives the clock for nearly everything else. Yeah, it would be a bad idea to try and increase the clock speed. Yeah. Use the EL backlight. Maybe. I think it might. This is slow. And this is done over here. Sorry, that was probably super loud because I just realized that microphone is actually active.
Who says CHEER 100 also, trying to overclock it would mean getting down to the board.
End of line.
Yeah, that one's not very fun either. Didn't hear a thing? Is this still on? It's not. Oh, that's weird. All right, here, let me just do that, and then hear the floppy drive. Oh, select. It's already wiping the copy the data. Home. Back. Good. All good? That's weird. It, that was my LTE internet. That has not failed in a long time. And it completely came back on its own. I don't know what happened there. Weird. I was about to VPN to the server and use phone cam, but yeah, all right. Last FreeDOS disk. Okay. Played like a time lapse catching up. Oh, that's funny. All right. Back on a different mic. Shouldn't be. No Halikan fiber yet? Nope. Like floppy sounds? Oh yeah, you should be hearing that. That mic, yeah, that one's still going as well. So there's two mics right now. One of them's just listening to the floppy drive. But you guys might have fun with that. Stand to 15.7 volts on the power supply adapter. I might want to up it just a touch, but I'm a little nervous about touching it while it's on. So I don't think I'm going to. Floppy mic is new this stream. I just enabled it. So I think I might have been enabling it when the stream was dying. Wait, what do you mean new this stream? Did you get the head and hands thing? Because if you got that, then it wasn't LTE, it was actually the home internet. No, again is running 15 volt directly anyway? Not sure what you mean. Oh, you got head and hands. Oh, well then that was home internet, never mind. Yeah, that's a completely different problem. Never mind, that's not LTE. This is going to take forever, isn't it? This laptop does have a battery pack. It also has a CMOS battery that I should probably remove. But it's not a Varda, and it's not leaking, so I just haven't bothered yet. This might be the rare case where I actually put a holder for a CR2032 in there, because I think I might actually use this thing. Yeah, if you saw head and hands, then it's 100% home internet exclusively. It's not possible for the office internet to trigger that. And you know, it's kind of disappointing that I can see that the floppy drive on this thing is supposed to be black in the manual, because that's definitely darker than the plastic. Because I think I might have a gray one that would match the plastic better, and it's doing pretty good, so I don't really have a lot of incentive to try and change it. Let me see. Just poking around since that's taking forever over there. See if I have a nice gray one. Oh, actually, not really. I wonder if I put it in something like a old HP. I have a darker gray one, but I think black actually looks better than that. Or not darker gray, lighter gray. So I think a gray floppy drive would be pretty spiffy looking in there. Input voltage sag quite a bit before it dies. Noticeable difference be backlight getting dim. Everything else runs off 5 and 12 inside. Probably, yeah. It's getting down to 5.7 and then staying there. So the weird part is it's supposed to be able to deliver 3 amps, and we clocked this thing and only taking like 1.5 amps. So it shouldn't be hitting it that hard. All right, we have the full suite of FreeDOS discs now. Oh, you're saying it converts it to 12 and 5. Yeah, I was wondering how far down I could go because I think I might have a just discrete 15 volt power supply that I could use with this. It'd be nice not have to use the variable one because it is a little nerve wracking to set up the variable power supply, tune it, and then plug it in, and then know I have to not bump the variable power supply. Okay, I thought of a use case for Dolly being able to write a disk image. Use 86box to emulate a 286 and set this up in that, and then just image the drive over in real time. That way I don't have to do this on the real hardware. Fix 15 should be fine. Yeah, I might grab that and try it at some point here. Obviously not right now since the battery doesn't work. Might even be better with a lower voltage input because then the regulators don't have to start from as high. Charging the battery pack and mining Bitcoin at the same time. Does Dolly do real bootable MBR? I mean, if it starts out with a real bootable MBR, does it matter? And it should, because it's just going to write all the sectors. Pop back into the end and take over? All right. Might need higher voltage charge battery pack. That can make sense. I do want to rebuild the battery pack at some point. Looks like it can just be done with rechargeable C cells. I'm not adverse to doing that. So maybe at some point in the future. But I'm going to spend a little bit of time first with it to make sure that it is going to live up to my expectations. G-Pin, we haven't actually gotten to the install yet. Just to give you an idea. It hasn't asked us what files we want to put on here yet. Unless the floppy version is always the 20 meg one or something. I don't know. Because it hasn't asked us if we want the sources yet, which we very much do not. I don't even really want all the help files, because I don't need it in every language ever. Actually, sadly, if this doesn't finish in time, I might go ahead and make a new minified version. Oh, that's weird, Marvin. We haven't even swapped the disk yet, just to give you an idea. Well, floppy version might be pre-configured. Wasn't it in the README for the floppy that it said it could be 20 or 30 megabytes, though? Oh, I'm sure, Philip. That's not what I'm talking about. More that, like, there's not going to be, like, weird edge cases with the hardware that I haven't encountered yet because I haven't actually tried using it. Like, the CGA screen is going to be a little weird. Oh my gosh, we're on to disc 2. Crazy! Also, I like how it calls this disc 2, but the disc images are not named like that, unless it's actually going to want disc 3. Then it's going to kind of suck. Yeah, it's DSK1. There we go. Oh wait, that was spacebar, not A. Okay, if we're lucky, it'll start cooking here. Because now it's just decompressing. Maybe by default 286 just doesn't include sources. I don't know. At least it figured that out. Why are you telling me this about FreeDOS? How do I, resizing the FAT32 partition can be tricky, probably if you use the image method. Well, no, I just emulate the exact hard drive dimensions. With 86 box, you can put in cylinders, heads, sectors. So I can just set up this hard drive size exactly and then just image it straight over. Also, I want to say I hope it's not formatting the hard drive. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why, Philip. Yeah, that kind of thing. Oh, in Spice Mud, it's LCD with an EL backlight. An electroluminescent. Yeah, it's definitely the passive LCD. It's the better polarizer on a passive LCD. It's like the flavor text you see installing 9X? Okay, good. I was afraid that it just like rebooted itself or something. If it rebooted off of the hard drive, that would be fine. That would make sense to do at this point. I just didn't know. Yeah, I actually prefer this be LCD over plasma because it's more likely to live. I wonder what that light is because I'm realizing that was on at one point before. And I don't know now. Unless that, oh, that's the invert indicator, and because we're inverted, it's off. That's why. Okay. Is wristwatch LCD but more bigger? Yes, exactly. Kind of too late for it to tell us what FreeDOS is at this stage. Yeah, really. It's kind of the same thing with Windows, though. Read the manual? Nah, I remember. That's a screen invert. The manual is so beat up now from having been scanned. Just, it was perfect before, although it was perfect in its misshapen, weirdly bound way, so it's not like a worse thing. It's not the biggest loss. Significant power consumption saving. Yeah, I guess plasma would be better contrast. When you think about that. Well, yeah, now we only got, what, 20 minutes? Yeah, I don't think we're going to get through this in 20 minutes at this point. Put something heavy on it to flatten it back to new? I could, actually, yeah. I can do that as I leave to do the, what you call it, processing. Oh my gosh, this is going to take hours, isn't it? Digital Ice Age, LCDs, or front-lit e-paper? Because I would be so interested in a front-lit e-paper monitor, 24-inch. Yeah, exactly. What Sanity's saying. I would much. There we go. Okay. 1010. I did not get a notice that it was going to be taken down, but I was emailed that it was going to be taken down, or that it has been taken down, but then it actually took a couple days for it to be taken down. So I did have notice to download it again if I didn't already have a copy. Someone else asked something now, I don't remember what it was. Because I felt that was the most important thing to remember. And, you know, a brain can only hold one thing in it at a time. Oh, someone said that this looks like blue screen of death. The screen is just blue. It's not color. It's just blue. There's no way this is finishing. Yeah, it is funny that it's a 5 1/4 inch disc for the floppy, because this was never going to have that. Driver disc for MIDI instruments. It was Roland Virtual Sound Canvas, the Windows 98 compatible sound canvas emulator that Roland sold. You just install it on Windows 98 and bam, you have Sound Canvas in software. It's awesome. Okay, if it dies one more time, I'm switching to SRT. Because SRT can recover itself. RTMP, when it dies like this, I have to go restart the RTMP server. Yeah, the video is frozen because the RTMP server loses connection to the office, and then it just keeps sending the same frame. Stream resuming soon means that I'm there doing something with it. Okay, there is SRT, maybe. What are we doing? Why is it doing that? That shouldn't be showing. Hold on. Why are you showing the rain? I don't remember how I have this set up. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lower the sound of that and then put the no cam filler under everything. There we go. And I'll fix it later.
And I suppose I mean stream.
End of line.
And Tora Fox, thank you for the 100 bits. All right, I think that should be working. Is that the view from the office? If it was, you would never see me because I would be outside all the time. We would be installing FreeDOS on a log next to the creek. It might only check for RTMP, but it should, in theory, be checking for SRT. I will adjust it so it'll be... Oh, that's why I didn't do it. Audio can't be bound to groups in OBS. That's the problem. View is symbolic, and the install's going to take as long as it took the water to carve the creek. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to the end of the stream time, and I'm just going to shut this off, and then I will take it all home and let it install for 5 hours at home, I think. Because, yeah, there's no way this is finishing in 10 minutes. You can still hear it. I thought I muted it. It's muted. Are you sure? Because you should not be able to hear it. No, I don't think you can hear it. I think you're just hearing the fan or something. Okay, yeah. Does FreeDOS support logs? I have no idea. Including every one of those messages, character by character, yeah. I'm back. Did we doom? I don't think we're going to doom. I am starting to think I may not even use these FreeDOS discs, and I might just go make a minified version, because, yeah, this sucks. Yeah, because we have 10 minutes now. And, yeah, it ain't happening. Unless it doesn't need 5 out of 7 of the discs. Why is it being so slow? Because this is a 286. FreeDOS is heavily compressed on the floppies, so it's having to decompress them all. That's the real thing. So the CPU is slow, and it's trying to do a lot of stuff. It's one of the reasons why, on my minified version, I did not use their compression tool I used like Zmodem or something to transfer the rest of the files because this is so slow. Hardware, yeah. I'd rather have more floppies for the install to not be decompressing, yeah. What kind of compression do they use? I don't know. Or did you get FreeDOS? Just Google FreeDOS. As the name suggests, it is free. Oh, Poot, it's not a... I guarantee you, the interleave is not going to matter. What scans more manuals while we wait? We have 8 minutes. And that with... The stream ends in 8 minutes, I'm saying. So... Regardless of what state this is in, I'm shutting power off. It's as bright as the screen can get. It does not have a brightness adjustment, no. It only has a contrast adjustment for the LCD. Oh, you 50 minutes from yesterday? Nah, that's not how it works. Compression backlight is on or off? Yeah, so that's it's ganged to the power switch as well. If you kill the install on stream, restart at the end, see if it works. I'm willing to do that. See if it copied command com and other stuff first, and then the other 7 discs are like all the language packs in the world. Yeah, I'm willing to try that. BE6, you're just going to have to look that up. That's not the kind of thing we're going to be able to guide you through here. That's too complicated. Needed to be in Portuguese. Flare Spire. We have all of these discs to go still. It is a 7-disc install. We're in disc 2. Even they suggest copying everything over to the HDD first, then running the installer from there. I don't know. Containing FreeDOS in drive. What? But. Okay, we're killing it here. All right, let's restart and see what happens. Because, yeah, I'm not doing that thing they want. Because I don't know which disc has that. Yeah, that's not happening. So, let's see what we get when we reboot. Think this is a disk error? It might be. That's normal boot process. Sure, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Command interpreter, bin command com, enter. So it's missing the command com. Cool. Thanks. Love it. Hold on. ccommand.com. I had a feeling. Okay. So, it's kind of there. Oh my gosh. All of the old files are still on the drive. What did it do MBR-wise? Well, all right. This is stupid. All right, well, that's it for today. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to handle this from here, because I want the drive wiped. So we could... I'm probably going to do a format C on this before I attempt this again. So stupid. And then I might install it from the flash drive or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll copy all the install files over to the hard drive. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe, okay. I use this. I set up a shim OS on the hard drive. And then, yeah, you know what? Maybe I make my minified version for CH375 installation. How about I do that? Because I think... Yeah, I think we do that. Need IDE SSD and GoTech. I don't think that's quite the problem, but it's not helping. All right, I guess I don't have to walk over here and hit outro, but I did anyway. All right. Well, that didn't go...
CHER 200-FDISK format Rachel. Doodah.
End of line.
Yeah. No, Workbench. There we go. Well, I'm out to just give it to 86 bucks through the install for fast CPU. Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, that was still a very successful stream. I have these scans for the manual. I'll run those through my post-processing script. We did something else too. Oh, we got the CH375 working in this, so that's good. It's mounted and ready and all that fun stuff. I will install FreeDOS on here. So yeah, that's that'll work. So all right, we're gonna call that for now. And yeah, I don't know. We probably won't come back to this next weekend because at this point it's gonna be done. So. But yeah, that's it. So if you enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one. But that'll be it for now, and I will see you next time. And printer button. Too much this time.